morning. Welcome to the community briefing. My name is Gregory Sneed. Today is the 18th of June, and we are glad you're here. We'll lead off with congratulations for those of you who have been watching the opening of the Obama Library and the Presidential Center. Touching moments there. And also shout out and congratulations to my New York Knicks. The championship Parade of Champions, Canyon of Champions was today, and so congratulations to them. Our guest today is Miss Yvonne Farrow, and she's going to be sharing with us information about her work as an arts manager with the City of Los Angeles and the different projects that are coming up, and the historic Vision Theater that's going to be opening. So stay tuned. So now it's my pleasure to bring to the virtual stage the queen of our community briefing, Miss Crystal Mitchell.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to be here. It's the Thursday before Juneteenth, and so excited about that time frame. And there's a lot of celebrations going on around the country and here in our own city. So happy Juneteenth to everyone. And you are tuned in to the community briefing. I am the co-director of Recycling Black Dollars, also the inspiration behind the community briefing. We are been on air now, I think 7 years. Our inception was at the pandemic, and it was for the purpose of connecting our community to the money. And now we're connecting our community to the people. And so now we have a phenomenal team. We are supported and sponsored by Recycling Black Dollars and the BBA, as well as monetarily sponsored by Los Angeles LDC, Southern California Edison, Wells Fargo Bank, PCR, SoCal Gas, and Urban Excellence. And we want to thank them for supporting us, and all of our people that come in, and many more will be coming in here soon. Mr. Joseph and Sherilyn, these are individuals that just come. They spend their Thursday mornings with us at 11 a.m. And so we are so appreciative of that. We have a fantastic team. You got me, and you got Mr. Greg Sneed and Stephen Turner. He's on a conference call, but he is our producer, and we could not do it without him. So we are very appreciative of him. And Miss Robin Billups, she's the other female energy here, and she will introduce herself and give you her what is it? Your on voting. I can't think of the word right now. All right, Miss Robin.
Greetings, everybody. Robin Billups with the Billups Group. Glad to be here. Certainly, we are in, it used to be a voting season, and I think it needs to be a voting process, because every day we have to figure out something that we need to vote on, right? How we're going to spend our money, who we're going to elect, and who's going to carry our voices. So remember that your vote is your voice. And when you don't vote, you've given your voice to someone else. Don't vote with emotions. Vote with people who you can hold accountable and who represent the things and the needs that you have as an individual, but also too as a community. And today, as we talk about, accomplishments, today is the wedding anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King. They were married in 1953. Today is a beautiful day with the library opening today. We're in Juneteenth season. Our votes have been counted, and we are looking very good. So again, but having Yvonne on today as we talk about culture, we are a people of culture. We're the people that I say we're the moral compass and the cultural compass for the world. So I look forward to the presentation. I'm going to kick it over to Greg so we can get started.
All right. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Robin. So our guest today is Miss Yvonne Farrow, and she is the arts manager at the City of Los Angeles Department of Cultural Affairs in the Performing Arts Division. So for those of you veterans, you know that we often get somebody's LinkedIn profile, their bio, and every now and then we get someone that just has half a page. We gotta embellish a little bit. And then every now and then we get somebody like our guest today whose LinkedIn profile goes 6 pages. So I am not going to read all of it because that would probably take us to the end of the show. So allow me to paraphrase as much as I can. But she is the arts manager with the city of Los Angeles. She's been there 13 years, 13 plus years. So anytime you're able to work with a governmental agency for a period of time, that's an accomplishment because there are lots of challenges. She started off with the getting her bachelor's of metaphysical science and metaphysical ministry from the University of Sedona, her Bachelor of Arts from New York University, New York. Just heard Alicia Keys sing that a few minutes ago. The Center for Business Management of the Arts, her Master of Arts Management, and so that is her educational. She's done things with the Los Angeles Women's Theater Festival, Organizing for America, the Presidential Inaugurational Committee, that was 13 years ago, field organizer for Eric Garcetti for mayor, got choreography. She was a choralographer. We have to figure out what that is, a choralographer, and a producer at Twinbiz. So we didn't get a chance to find out where she's from, where she's born. So she will share that information as soon as we bring her now to the virtual stage. Please join me in welcoming Yvonne Farrow.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful, warm welcome. Oh, such a great, auspicious day. Thank you for having me. So, yes, I have quite a long history here in the arts and in service. I am actually from Washington, D.C. I'm one of the first graduates of the Duke Ellington School of the Arts, the first class to go through there, which is wonderful. That took me, of course, I was in the dance program, and that took me to Alvin Ailey, where I danced in New York. And my parents said I had to go to college, so I went to SUNY Purchase for half a semester before Arthur Mitchell took me into the dance at Harlem. And then from there, I injured my legs and I had to recreate myself. And I went home, went back to school, got my degrees, of course, at New York University. I also went to UDC and other schools until I could get my strength back up to dance with Ailey. I did that as long as I could. I decided, oh my goodness, I'm not going to last much longer as a concert dancer. And this was ballet, modern jazz, tap, the whole nine. And Ailey has quite a strenuous program. So from there, I got in a show going to Monte Carlo where I met my husband. He's a composer, arranger, director. He wrote the show for 18 Beautiful Girls on the Riviera. And from there, I moved to LA, where I got married, and I've been here for the last 30, almost 40 years here in the city of Los Angeles. And it's been quite a journey. I retooled myself as an actress. First, I want to say, when I was dancing, I used to feel God dancing through me. I felt spirit dancing through me. My body was just an instrument. I could feel this power flowing through me. And I wondered after the dance injuries, was I ever going to have that feeling again? When I became an actress, I felt that same soaring, that same purpose, that same feeling on stage as an actor. When I became a producer of theater, it's like, am I going to have that feeling in this particular art form? Producing theater for over 40 years with my twin sister, we're identical twins, and that's where we get Twinbiz.
Wow.
And we produced theater for many, many years, and we produced main stage at the National Black Theater Festival, going regionally with our plays dealing with social justice issues. My twin's a playwright, and I, of course, was an actor on that stage, and we've won a lot of awards. But that, of course, concurrently, we were doing a lot of social justice and working a lot for our communities. So that goes back to my mom. We were Girl Scouts. We were brownies, and then we were Girl Scouts. And you learned
Yes.
about service, and you learned about taking care of community, and you learned the power of earning those little badges. Y'all know the little badges on your. I had to have all the badges, right? I was very proactive about that. But that instilling that idea of service. My mom worked for the government. She worked for the mayor. She campaigned and worked for council members. And I watched that, and we saw that growing up. So that idea of service was instilled in us. So while I was here, pursuing my career as an actor, and y'all can go on IMDb and see me on there. But I love that I had good career as an actress. While I was doing that, I was also Yvette and I were doing the social justice plays, which she writes and researches. But while that was happening, I was a block captain under Nate Holden
Mm.
in my district, and I learned about government and how that works and how your community can be empowered through that the use of the block clubs and how you can, help your community along with that. So when I uh, had the opportunity to apply to be an Obama Fellow, my twin sister and I were vetted. She worked in New York. She lives in Harlem. And I worked here in LA. I became an Obama Fellow and learned about his grassroots organizing program. We had extensive study, and it was brilliant, brilliant, brilliant training to go through. And I worked my way up the ladder and became the staging location director over Get Out the Vote for his reelection campaign. And what an honor that was. And that, of course, Mayor Garcetti saw me and invited me to run his campaign office for his campaign, and he dubbed that the #1 office. And then later, my agent, I was already older, right? I was a woman in my 50s, and my agent decided to close her doors. And so I decided to ride the horse the way it was going. I had an opportunity to go into government. I'd always been about service and helping others, and I became a constituent service representative in the office of Mayor Garcetti, where Nate Holden told me, "You're going to learn where all the bodies are buried. This is going to be good for you. You're going to learn where those, you know." So I got excellent training until I was able to join the Department of Cultural Affairs and be back in my community and my peeps doing my thing. So I pulled my way up through civil service and started from the bottom and then made it to arts manager. So it's been quite a road to where I am now. As Coach said, I am now the overseeing the um, Vision Theater Performing Arts Center. Um, my duty as arts manager too with the City of Los Angeles Department of Cultural Affairs was to oversee the construction and renovation of the theater. I've been doing that since in my capacity as project manager since 2021. And then I shadowed my predecessor 5 years before that. So I've been in DCA for about 10 years. And now we have just completed construction. We are going through, I know, hallelujah, hallelujah. Now we are going through conveyance. And that means that after all the inspections and the city is pleased, we can open the building and get the theater going. And I can talk more about that in a minute. But this has been the journey, and all these skills, everything from, oh, I didn't even talk about dance, from dancing. I would like to add that choreography is the marriage of dance and music for concert choral choirs without sacrificing the choral sound. So those of you who have heard groups singing the Negro spiritual, they're unmiked. These groups, there are many groups that are unmiked, and I would create ballets on these groups, right? And my work has been around the world with that. So all of these talents, I'm a filmmaker. I've made some award-winning shorts, which I'm proud of. And all these talents have all led to where I am right now. These are transferable skills. How could I bring that to arts management? If you told me when I was 18 years old, graduating from Duke Ellington, that I would be an arts manager, I would never have believed. But all these things have informed my work as an advocate for artists and arts organizations and the work that I do at DCA.
That is
That's
wonderful.
fantastic.
Impressive.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And believe it or not, there was a whole lot of stuff that she left out from the 6 pages. Like there was nothing here about Alvin Ailey or any, it's like wow. My dad sang and traveled Wings Over Jordan, and so they were the ones that revived "Rock of My Soul" in the bosom of Abraham, and then that was adopted early on by Alvin Ailey, one of the earlier productions in dance, so a long time ago. So I'm sure you've heard that song.
Used to sing in the
it.
pit. They used to sing in the pit, and the dancers were on the stage. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lot. So there's a breadth of it, and you've done the dance, the performance. I mean, there's a whole lot in there to
Mhm.
unpack. So let's probably deal with the most recent, what's happening with the Vision Theater. When did that project start? I know it's been on and off, and it's run into a bunch of challenges.
Yeah.
So give us a sort of a quick synopsis of where it's kind of been and where it's going, and what we can look forward to, hopefully in the near future.
Yeah, well, I'd like to start at the beginning. It was designed in 1931 by Clemento Stiles. It opened in 1932. It was a cinema house, a Leimert Cinema. It was a movie palace, and it served that community, which was mostly white at the time, for many, many years. And it closed. The last film there was Bonnie and Clyde, I believe, in 1963 or 66, something like that. It was bought by the Jehovah's Witness group in 1977, and they named it Watchtower. So on that big steeple outside on the Vision, it said Watchtower. After Laverne went Watchtower, and then in 1990, Marla Gibbs bought and renamed it the Vision Theater. And she then put Vision on the tower. And Marla was the first African American celebrity to invest her wealth in this area in Crenshaw, Leimert Park district. And she had a vision for 800 seats and classrooms and all of that. And of course, the theater fell on hard times. And there was a recession, and then there was the uprising, and just a lot of things happened. And the theater was then bought by the city of Los Angeles in 1999, and the city was able to raise the money to renovate just the first part of it, which we call Phase One. That renovation concluded in 2011. And then for 5 years, we actually had programming in the lobbies. Crystal and I were getting to know each other earlier, and she said she had actually had it, done a ceremony in the lobbies because the actual auditorium had not been renovated yet. But we were making great use of programming both lobbies, of the upper lobby and lower lobby, and there was a classroom in that Phase One renovation. And then in 2016, enough money was raised to do the renovation that we just completed.
10 years
That,
ago.
yeah. And I want to say it took 10 years because we had the pandemic, we had tariffs, we had supply chain issues. People were sick. You guys remember COVID. I don't need to tell you because that's when y'all started. I mean, we couldn't get workers to, it was just incredibly difficult time. However, from where the theater ended, we knocked out that back wall and created a full stage. It's a humongous stage with a fly loft where you fly scenery and sets and curtains up and down. At night, that glows. It's a beautiful purple gemstone at night. There are dressing rooms down in the basement. We have chorus dressing rooms, of course. I call them movie star dressing rooms, but then we have our our star dressing rooms, a green room, sewing room, janitor's closet, that kind of thing. Then we have production office on the second floor, and upstairs above that are a space for offices, one big space. We also created a orchestra pit
Yeah.
lift. The orchestra rises and falls, so you have those three different levels in the orchestra, which is really exciting. Our renovations also included the parking lot, and we were able to refurbish the parking lot behind the Vision Theater. And then this is the gem. The auditorium was restored to its original greatness. All the colors, those colors, those Art Deco colors, they are just beautiful. We had artisans come in painting the exact same purples and
You.
golds, and I mean it's just beautiful. And the ceiling is a Anthony Heisenberger ceiling. At the time
Mm.
he was commissioned by Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks to do that to make that ceiling. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous ceiling. He's also done City Hall, Pantages, Wiltern, that many, many ceilings in the theaters. And then we have another theater, Warner Grand Theater, which the Performing Arts Division oversees. We have 6 theaters. And then what we did was, I don't know, Crystal, you probably remember, but the seats kind of slope up to the back, right? But now we have three levels. So we have the orchestra seats, which are the original seats refurbished, and we put the vents under every other seat so you can have that experience, right? And then we have what I call a loge or mezzanine. So there's a next level of seating, and then up to the balconies. So we have balconies. They have two cameras on both sides of the balcony, and we'll have a third handheld or tripod in the middle where we can live stream, we can archive. The theater has state-of-the-art audio, visual, and lighting. And, our historians that worked with us, you just can't bang a hole in a historical space, just can't put something up there. They had to painstakingly just, the speakers can hang here, the lights can hang there. I mean, it's really been, with any historical space, you've got to take the time, you've got to reserve its historical integrity and make sure that things are where they're supposed to be. A lot of people don't understand that. Working with a historian takes time, but it's so worth it. You're going to be so proud when you see it. And then I'll go to the front now. Because we created the balcony, now we have a lounge underneath. And it's a smaller space where we can have I don't know, smaller programs, meetings, play readings, smaller events in the lounge, but also it has a monitor where you can see what's happening in the front so that the ushers can let people in at the appropriate time. And then, of course, you move into the lobbies, those beautiful Art Deco lobbies. Um, DCA has commissioned 4 art pieces for the theater. The first one was the Legacy Curtain. It has African masks. So beautiful legacy curtain that hangs, of course, in the auditorium in the theater. And then in the main lobby, we have a piece by Aziz. That was created by Wendell Williams. Shout out to him. And then Aziz Diang did the piece that is hanging in the main lobby. It's called The Spirit of Performance. He's a Senegalese artist. It's a beautiful piece. Out on our out in the parking lot, it's called Bloom Bright. That was from Kajovi Savon. It's the rose blooming out of the mud cloth. It's beautiful. And then in the front on our security door, we have a mural of 14 Leimert Park cultural icons. It was created by Sei Shimura. And we have ancestors like Billy Higgins, Barbara Morrison, etc., as well as current Kamasi Washington, Lula Washington, Ooh, every Dwight Tribble. Uh, we have Ben Caldwell. I can't even think of all their names right now. Karen Mack. We have all of these Leimert
Our
Park
park, yeah,
icons that are on
yeah.
the security door. And then of course, last but not least, the marquee is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It lights up at night. And we have a lot of ribbon lights coming down that we can do at night. And it's been quite an undertaking, but so well worth it. I mean, the baby's born. I mean, someone called me the doula of Vision Theater. I'll take it. I'm a doula.
You
I'll
take
be
it.
doula. But it's been really incredible, but so, so, so well worth it. And we have partnership now with WACO Theatre Company, which I can talk about later, but I'll stop there now. That's where we
I mean,
are.
that's a lot. That's a
So,
34-year journey. I mean, from 1990
Yeah.
going to now. That's incredible. And you said the city owns 5 of the theaters? The
yes,
total of 6? Huh?
we have the Warner Grand Theater, which is in San Pedro, the Madrid Theater, which is in Canoga Park. That's Warner Grand's about 1,400. Madrid is about 399. Don't quote me now. Tosco maybe 99 seats. We have the Lancashire Arts Center over in NoHo, which I believe is 60, 66, 69. Um,
I think I've
and
seen something over
The
there.
Barnsdall Gallery Theater, which is 299 seats. And of course, the Vision Theater has 729 seats, and we are
What's the
ADA
largest of them?
compliant.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
That sounds like it's the largest theater.
Warner Grand, yes. And then Vision would be next.
Got it,
Oh, I
got it.
can't wait to go see something, anything.
Oh, yes. Oh, for sure. Once we are successfully conveyed, there'll be some small ceremonies for the city, and then the grand reopening. Well, let me go back and talk about Waco because we did an RFP during construction, a request for proposals for a partner, a co-partner, co-operator to work with GCA in the management of the theater. And WACO Theatre Center won that bid. They are our partners. The Department of Cultural Affairs will run back of house. That means we are in charge of all of the equipment, running the equipment, etc. And we oversee the premises while WACO Theatre Center runs front of house, that's ushering, box office, etc. And their main job is to program that theater. And so they are in charge of making sure we have some exciting programming across arts education and training for youth and local artists, opportunities to perform in the theater. We have commercial and uh, nonprofit rentals opportunities. We have city days. That's where if Mayor Bass would like to come and do her State of the City, she can come and do that, or any of our council members and our Department of Cultural Affairs to do programming. And then let's see, did I miss? I think that's all of them. Oh, in-house programming where Waco can present their artists that they'd like to have.
Conventions.
And the
Yeah.
stage is of size to support a dance program.
Yes, the
Yeah.
stage is huge. We can support Alvin Ailey. We can support Dance at Harlem. I mean, the stage is formidable, and I learned that we qualify as a Broadway house, and now my supervisor may say, Yvonne, you can't say that, but I learned, and I was told because of the amount of seats that we had, we're not on Broadway, we're not in New York, but we are that
Off,
that
off, off,
large.
off
Level
Broadway.
of production,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Exactly. And sitting in the heart of Leimert Park, which is the mecca of arts, entertainment, and culture, right in the heart of the Black Cultural District. I mean, there's so much promise. And around the theater, there's a renaissance going on. There are businesses coming in. It's an exciting time for this theater
Area is
to be
changing too,
online.
so that's an interesting dynamic that's
Oh,
happening
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
hmm
Robin, over to you for to take
Yvonne,
the
I'm a museum, theater, parks. I love anything culture. I love anything arts. What a wonderful experience for you. And I think this is your twin sister
Oh,
that
yeah,
has
that's her.
when I'm looking at that picture, I'm like, that has to be her sister. So thanks for joining us, Yvette from New York. And we don't mind you chiming in if you want to correct something that your twin said or add to the conversation. But we're very interested in, generally speaking, maybe once or twice a year, the community briefing is held in the community. And so we'd love to be able to talk to you down the line once the conveyance happens. The other thing is I recently attended the preview for the Obama Library. So I'm the queen of previews. So
Mhm.
when the preview happens, because you want to test out your systems,
hint,
your
hint, hint.
community briefing family would be glad to do that. We have security clearance.
Okay.
We have security clearance, and we're in and certainly know that too. We're here to the reason why we invited you on is because we always are looking to illuminate, educate, and identify the resources that are
Mhm.
happening in our community. And thank you for what you've done. If you could talk a little bit about your team, what are some of these roles that they're playing in order for us to get to a grand opening on what day?
Okay. So so let me go back with the tours. So we have been Department of Cultural Affairs and WACO have been conducting community tours. You
Mhm.
know, way back when before we started the second phase of renovation, we really went to the community and really found out what they wanted through a series of town halls. And now that we've on the other end, we wanted to make sure the community, when we were ready and it was safe for people to enter, to come in and see the theater. So we're having um, tour 8 and 9 coming up. You guys are more than welcome to come and see the theater if you like. We can talk about that later. So I just wanted to say that. So my team. I am going from construction management to venue management. So I
Mhm.
will serve as the co-director of the Vision Theater Performing Arts Center. And I'm very, very, very pleased to have that role. My team consists of a technical director, And then we need a team of technicians under us to run the theater. For instance, fly loft operator, broadcast room operator. The guys tell me need four sound people, two in the booth, two on the floor, and everyone else running running around. And plus the lighting, we have those follow spots. We need several lighting operators. So the crew that would be under me would be technical for this
Mm.
experience
Mm-hmm.
um, and perhaps one administrative person. But
Mm-hmm.
that's our job to run the theater. I am
Certainly.
also the government liaison, so I do all the work between the city and our partner operators in terms of making sure that we have what we need.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if we need to close down the parking lot. The Vision Theater, the WACO Theater Company is able to, if we have a show up, um, reserve the parking lot and for the patrons coming in. So um, it's going to be a big job in the theater because of its size, because of our technical capabilities. We're going to need several bodies to help run the theater just back of the house. Waco will be hiring their own team front of the house, box office, and as you know, Miss Tina Knowles is the artistic director. My co-director and the executive director of Waco Theater Center is Shay Wafer. And
Oh,
uh and
wow.
so we'll be working together in the theater to they'll be programming. I'll be making sure she gets the support that they need and then we're off. Hmm.
Okay, perfect.
So we will
Perfect.
no longer be going outside of our own community to see some spectacular theater. My sister and I and some friends of us, the core of us, that we go quarterly. We make sure we do something theatrical,
Hmm.
either at up in Hollywood or the Pantages is usually where we're at. So we can't wait. This is around the corner from our house.
Yay,
Yeah.
good, yes.
Yeah.
And we
Down the
want to make
hill
sure that
anyway.
there are affordable ticket prices for the community. If it's a commercial rental, of course, they're renting the house, so that's up to them. But we want to make sure that it is a home place for the community, that they feel welcome, that this is their space. They can book the meetings there. They can, come in and have tours. This is about um, uplifting our community and realizing the hopes and dreams of the people uh, who want so much for this theater to be successful. And that's the thing about the Department of Cultural Affairs. We are shouldering that part of it. So we're paying the lights, gas, da 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 da, da, so that Waco Theater Center can be successful and just focus on programming, focus on the community. The needs and what they'd like to see, as well as the first class programming that they're going to bring us. They have some plans for us. And then, Robin, to answer your question, yes, we're looking at that grand reopening for the fall. So I can
Okay.
give you the date later, but we are looking at this fall for the grand
Awesome,
reopening
awesome.
of the Vision Theater. And then Waco will launch their first season in the new year, February.
2027. Okay,
Yes.
good. Good, good,
From
Mhm.
good.
a technical standpoint, do you still using a projector or do they go to electronic screen? How did they do that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you for saying that. So we have rear projection, so we can show movies and
Oh,
have movie premieres and that kind of thing. Certainly. So it's a big old projector. It's on the stage. It's up high, and we have a beautiful picture. And we were testing Black Panther, and you could hear doo 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 boom, doo doo doo. I mean, all the animals, and you
wow.
could
Got a
hear
good
all
sound
those
system then.
sound coming around you.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. But yes, we have a beautiful rear projection and that surround sound in the theater really makes for a great experience in terms of film. So our
Think.
specialties are dance, music, theater, and film.
Mm-hmm.
Performing Arts
Dance.
Center. Mhm.
Oh,
Great.
wow. Maybe the
Awesome.
Urban
Yeah.
League, when they do their State of Black Los Angeles, instead of going to SC, they can come to there, to the Vision
Mhm.
Theater, which is cat a corner to the office. Um, so that would be great.
Those older theaters were set up acoustically too, where in theory you could stand. I forget what theater it is, might be Carnegie, where you could stand there without any amplification, and a
Uh,
voice would just radiate. So I imagine in that theater, if you've kept a lot of that structurally intact, that the acoustics should be amazing.
Well, actually, it was quite a challenge because the vision is an oval. It's an
Ah, okay.
oval. I mean,
mm,
it's really interesting
Oh,
because
so it's
they're
not
like,
set
"Oh
up
my
that.
God, that we're
Oh my
dealing with
goodness.
sound that's in an oval thing." And I just want to say this about the chandelier that the we couldn't find a picture of the original chandelier, so there are five rings, oval rings that make it very Afrofuturistic. But it was a challenge because it is an
Oh my
oval
goodness. Oh, I thought
space.
it was more of a. I don't know if I've ever been in there, so
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
thinking of a traditional older theater or like um, 'cause you said it opened in the 30s.
yeah.
yeah, but they modernized it. I mean, because when you did the first renovation,
Iteration, right.
I spent a lot of time over there. With what was it? There was well, James Burke was over cultural
Uh-huh.
in Los Angeles,
Yes.
He was
and
my
then
predecessor.
and
Hmm.
then the young lady that was a woman. She was a dancer, I think. Wasn't there dance classes for kids there as well at one point upstate?
They did have programming up in the classroom, and I just want to stress that the theater is a classroom. So the whole theater, but we actually had a classroom. There was yoga being taught there, rehearsals were in there,
Yeah.
for dance classes in that room. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, we did. I think I did some meetings there. We were there. I was there all the time, and
Yeah.
the lobby
Well,
was beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
really beautiful. The way it was very Art Deco.
Very Art Deco. And all
Mm-hmm.
the way out to the foyer, out into the foyer, out to the street.
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
We there was a lot of broken terrazzo, from the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
We picked
mhm.
that up and put in new terrazzo to and matched it to color. I mean, this has been a painstakingly beautiful but what's the word?
Intricate.
Intricate. Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. Trying to make sure that it's exactly as it was back then to the best of our ability.
Wow.
When you're renovating and renovating an historical building, you literally they're literally asking you not to change,
Yes.
just to replicate, refresh and replicate
Hmm.
what was there. So
Hmm.
thank you for, yeah, I'm glad of the historical designation
Yes.
because it does allow our kids to see what, they now you're sharing with your parents and your grandparents a space that
Hmm.
the grandparents hung out in, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and this is what theater was, and this is what it looked like, and this is what was going on in our community. So
Hmm.
I like new stuff, but I also like to reserve what allows us to have tell those stories, right? What allows us to share in our shared history in a space, So
Yes.
talk to us a little bit about the alliances that you've created, because what's critically important to us is our next generation. What elementary schools, what high school, what college, what are those dynamics looking like because my personal opinion, some of these theater groups, they've only courted the senior folks who have been members of their theater, season ticket holders for years upon years upon years. But
Hmm.
those people never brought their kids and their grandkids to the theater with them. So
Hmm.
if we don't reach back and bring them along, then some people end up staying too long at the fair
Oh,
and or there's no bench. We need to make sure that the work that you've done in 2026 resonates with somebody in 2036 and 46 and 56. So talk
mhm.
to us about the alliances that you're creating to affirm that.
Well, let me go back to the theater itself. We worked with ICF. Their attention to detail
Oh.
in
Mhm.
restoring the historical elements of the theater is beyond reproach. I mean, the patina on the nails don't match I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it was like that, right? Um, and I want to say that when we took out the original seats, the community was invited to come and take a piece of the vision with them. So we had armrests for the seats. Um,
Oh.
there was a woman who said she used to take her boyfriends to the movies there, and she wanted her particular seat number, and I'm digging through a barrel looking for her armrest. Um, And then we gave away seats to artists who created art around them, you know. So we really wanted to have the community have a piece of that. My husband used to come to the theater as a boy. His friend used to turn the letters. You know, the older generation, it means a lot to them to see this theater for the
Yes.
time.
Yes.
The middle group, they haven't really had the opportunity. It's been closed for, you know,
So long.
for so
Yeah.
long. But the it is the job of the partner operator of WACO Theatre Center to bring in all those partnerships. You should have them because they can answer that question more fully than we can because that's what they do. That's their programming. Um, uh, but in terms of my work as an arts manager, I'm working with artists across the city. The Department of Cultural Affairs has a huge database, and they're constantly
Agenda. Hmm.
understanding and knowing what we're doing and working with our executive team to find out what's going on. But also the Performing Arts Division, we have a huge database and of which we've grown. And so the one of my jobs is also to get out what we're doing. So we start letting the community know. I'm also the administrator of the Leimert Park Cultural Hub. I put out commissions for artists in dance, music, theater, film, and now with the artwork to win a commission to create a new work.
Hmm.
And that it's my pleasure to do that. I'm so happy that I haven't had a theater to have any of the in yet. We've had to go to other spaces, but we're reaching artists one at a time, and this spreads the word. The Performing Arts Alliance is something that we started where we get to support another, put out what the members get to put out what they're doing so that we can come and support each other. So my work has really primarily just been in the construction, aside from
Hmm.
my work as creating commissions and getting artists money for new works to create new works, has really been on the construction and renovation end. So in terms of the partners, that would be a great question for Waco if you
Well, I
have.
would
Yeah,
love to
yeah, the
see.
other thing, excuse me, Crystal, right, just quickly, I want to make sure that we throw out here. Emma and Roz Pennington are our political correspondents. And we host these information sessions around the elections. So as we move into November 4th being a big date for us forthcoming, we'd like to have a sidebar conversation about maybe hosting some kind of political education session.
Mhm.
If the conveyance happens in a timely manner. We see this as a community space, and these are, over and above the culturalistic part of it. Also, too, we need to teach people how to vote
Mm.
so that when it's time for funding for Vision Theater, when it's time for expansion of the Vision Theater, we have the right people in the right seats that can support the efforts that you guys have put forth. Crystal, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I wanted to throw that out there.
Oh, no, no, no. That's very important. And I mean, that's the whole thing when we talk about supporting our own community and having a place to go. This definitely could be our place to go for all of our theatrical and meetings and state of the art type of conversations that we want to have. In fact, I was on the this morning, I have a standing meeting with the Greater Los Angeles Black Leaders Collective, and we're looking at having some type of forum um, uh, about the state of the economic growth of our Black community. And so when that time comes, Sarah Harris is she was the inspiration behind that, and we can all have that conversation as well. But from a personal standpoint, I'd love to see Chocolate Nutcracker right here in my own
Yes,
community instead of
Yes.
having to drive
uh-huh.
all the way down the beach.
Yes, for sure. You know, that's
The
one
part,
of the works that Waco said that they'd like to bring. You
yeah.
know,
Yes.
Oh, cause
before we closed for the second part of the renovations, there were community meetings held in
Mm,
so it's just a matter of booking that. Waco Books will be booking the theater. And
hmm
so and then we come up behind supporting with technical. So
mhm,
certainly just, we used to do community meetings there. It's just a
for
matter
sure.
of booking
yeah,
the space.
the space, yeah, because I would love to see that, and Lula Washington, her
Yeah.
Christmas one needs a stage that's big
Yes.
enough for her to just all those dancers just to spread out and just
Yes.
enjoy their drumming. And so those two I would love to see there because that would be awesome
And
as
then
Mhm.
well.
the third one would be the Nicholas granddaughters, the Nicholas
Oh
brothers'
yes,
Oh,
yes,
the
yes,
granddaughters
yes.
Nicholas brothers.
with
Yes.
their dance troupe. Yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, that
they
would
do
be
a great job.
fantastic as well.
Yeah,
I that would be so incredible, so incredible
Hmm.
to see that us
The
on our
planning of
own
that.
stage in our own community.
in our own
Yeah.
in our neighborhood. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the planning of the season and how that rolls out is
Hmm.
the job of our
Yeah.
partner operator.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now,
Hmm.
if you don't mind, if you could put that, I think I looked online, but I'd love to be able to have that contact information so that we can sign up for their newsletter or whatever they have to start thinking about, what's coming down the pike and making recommendations. That would be lovely.
I will certainly do that with you, Robin,
Okay,
after
okay,
the
for
call.
sure,
And I
Yeah.
for
have a
sure.
nephew that his major was film and uh, behind the scenes stuff. He went to SCAD. And so he's working with Ian right now. Ian is introducing him to a lot of folks and people. He's working with actually Pam Bright Moon. He's working with her
Oh,
now. He's
yes.
doing
Hmm.
some podcasting and editing for her. Uh, I introduced them to her after Pam was on our show. So let me know what that looks like. Do they have to go? He has to go through the city. I assume
Hmm.
that's
Yes.
for okay. All
For
right.
jobs, you mean?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yeah. The
Okay.
jobs with the city, you just go to the city of LA.gov, I think it is. Um, and you will sign up, you look for arts into the arts programming, and
Okay.
the jobs can be found with the city. But we do need more technicians, and as the budget allows, we will be hiring more technicians,
Okay.
and we certainly need them here, and those opportunities will be coming down the pike
Think
as
Okay.
the budget with the city making cuts and stuff. How do you guys stand, or is there contributions or foundations that contribute to this also? How does that work?
no, we are a government agency. We have a regular city budget that we work with, and our technical staff are part-timers so that they can make money elsewhere and as well as work with us. Um, but they have to go through the regular process of working with the city. And so I think July 1st is when the budget's released, I believe, in the city. So it is a process to work with the city, and I think, you know, you must have patience with it. There
Hmm.
there is a process to going to work with the city. And I just want to say that it, it's been a real pleasure. I mean, I never thought that I mean, I'm an artist, and when I came in the city, I was like, boom, I mean, I'm used to being on stage, but if you will allow yourself is to grow, to learn, to do something else, to learn other things, there are wonderful opportunities with the city of Los Angeles, especially now that we've got three theaters coming online. The Madrid's finishing a renovation, Warner Grand's a renovation, we have Vision Theater. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity down the pike.
And imagine seeing
Awesome.
Alvin Ailey perform.
Huh?
Imagine Alvin Ailey performing in that theater.
Oh, I know. My goodness. I was in what they call the third company with Ailey, and he
Uh-huh.
he choreographed Memoria on all three companies. So I had a chance to work with Alvin, and it was like all three companies on one stage. It's like, is our stage big enough for
Amazing.
that? Maybe. But it was quite a treat. And I want to say in terms of service, because nothing's easy, right?
Hmm.
And there are challenges. I think it's very important for African Americans and for people, as you know, where we are in this country and the things that are happening in this country, to really be connected to that
Community.
thing inside you that keeps you motivated, that keeps you
Mhm.
going. Because there's certainly times where it's a struggle and you want to give up, but you're looking at the greater good, the higher purpose.
Mm.
And there are times like when I was dancing, you know, I used to uh, bow, we call it pranam, to the stage so that before I worked on it, so to give reverence to the space, to the theater.
Yes. Mm.
As an actor, I did that, to bow and give reverence to the space that I'm about to inhabit. As a producer, and even with the Vision Theater, it's like I've taken that practice in and sat in those seats and meditated and say, how can I best serve you? How can,
Wow.
if there's a problem, I'm listening, you know, guide my steps, order my steps, you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
to stay connected to,
The
you
ancestors.
can feel the cries of many coming through you
Hmm.
to also to get
Hmm.
the answers that are needed. And so,
Yeah.
for me to take that practice that I've done my whole life and to sit in the Vision Theater and say, how can, and it's a lady, I say, how can I best serve you? Oh,
Miss
how
White
can I
had a
best serve you?
question. We were going to
Mhm.
open it up so Miss White can ask her
Oh,
question.
okay.
There she goes.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Yeah, still morning. Good
Good
morning.
day.
Yeah, good day to everyone. Yvonne, hi.
Hi.
Tamika White here from Black Girl Magic Creative Series, and I did get your email, so I did want to hop on and support
Mhm.
because what she has done as a person who definitely is an artist that's turned into by force an arts manager without even knowing, having done this in my home city of Houston, Texas, what she's doing with the vision here in LA is no easy feat for
Mm.
by any means. That is something I can attest to. But my question is to Yvonne and to the community briefing members here, because this is
Mm.
my first time hearing about this, and would like to know more on number one, commute. I guess I'll work backwards. How does one get involved with these conversations and talks? I think
Mhm.
I speak confidently when I know I can bring up some of value to these speaker series. So whoever I need to contact, I'll contact and provide the necessary information.
Not a
So just
problem.
wanted to let you know about that. So Yvonne, my question to you is not only as Miss Mitchell was sharing about one applying, because I know the specific role that you have to play moving from art manager to construction to now venue in those capacities. When you say back of house, are we talking strictly non-union positions? Are we talking union positions? All of the above when one goes to apply, or does that even necessarily matter at that point when one applies to the city?
We are not a union house. Uh, we are not Vision Theater. None of our theaters are union theaters. So you can apply the skills set needed: sound technician, audio engineer, light board operator, lighting designer, set designer. Well, that would not fall under us, but light board, all the technical things, broadcast, switching channels with in the broadcast room, learning how to operate those cameras, um, working
Well, more, I guess I should
completely.
be more specific in yeah, that like production coordinating. Is that going to be through you? Is that going to be through WACO? Like when you know that you have a specific skill set that would be of value in applying, is it only based on those positions that are
Yeah,
opening?
back of
That are
house.
open?
Yes, thank you. Back of house is purely technical with what's required to run a show successfully, you know, all the jobs that it takes to run a show in a technical aspect. Waco is specifically front of the house, and if you'd like to work with them, when they're ready to start taking applications, and they haven't announced that yet, that would be something that you'd go to them for. Mhm. So once they bring us, so say they bring the whiz, okay?
Uh-huh.
Once they book the whiz and they come into the house and they've done all the production work and on whatever that takes up front of the house, when the show comes to us, we get that lot, we get the plans, we make the show happen. That's our job.
But administratively, like as a production stage manager or production coordinator
Okay,
specifically,
Miss White. Miss White,
does
you're
that
getting in.
fall under? Oh,
Miss
I
White,
apologize. I didn't
yeah,
know there was a.
you're getting into the
I
gory
can ask for it.
details, and we got about 4 more minutes to
My
wrap up the
apologies.
show. What I
Not a
ask you to
problem.
do is put your
Thank you.
information in the chat box so that we can reach out to you with our producer and get you on. But
I appreciate that.
again,
Thank you.
great questions, great insight.
No, awesome, awesome. And so the community briefing is exactly what it is. It's a community briefing. It's for everyone here that has something that contributes to the betterment of our community. And it's our place that we can have our conversations and we can support each other. We can introduce our leaders and our stakeholders to our community so that we're all no longer working in silos. And so, Tamika, we'd love to have you on to talk
Yes,
about what you do, and how we can expand out the listening the program to the community, because that was why it started 7 years ago, was to be a place where our voice is heard and for you to have access to people that are making things happen in this community. So, so we'd love to. So put your information in the chat, please. Anyone, everyone, because it's not just for just us little groups up here. We just happen to be the ones that are committed to it every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. But this is our place, and we want everyone to know this is our place. And excuse me, I think Diane Robinson has a question.
Hi, good afternoon, or it's still morning. Good
It's still
morning.
morning yet.
Good morning.
For 3 minutes.
And thank you for that wonderful presentation, Yvonne. I knew most of it, but I wanted to come and support this edition of Community Briefing. But I sent a private message to both Robin and to Crystal because I would love to. I am the founder and executive director of Leimert Park Jazz Festival, and we produce an annual festival on the last Saturday of August. We also have launched some year-round programming, and I would love to introduce our work to your community briefings community, if that's possible. But all of the information, not all, but some of the information about what we do and who we are in the chat, but I only sent it to you, Crystal, and you, Robin.
Okay.
for sure.
All right. Yeah, we'd love to have you on, and that's what we want. As I said, we want this to be knowledgeable to everyone that this is our place, and we can speak here and introduce ourselves to our community and know that we have everyone's that we're here for everyone. So, Stephen is our producer, and I think yeah, Stephen is still there. He's on a conference. So we'll get your information, and anyone else that wants to wants to come out and tell us what you're doing and how we can get involved, because that's the other part of it. We're not just standbyers. We want to know how we can help you. And on the other side of that, how you can help us get the word out about the community briefing.
Crystal,
And so,
I have one more point I'd like to make in regards
yes.
to the hiring process. I wanted to say that what I did was, if there was something that I didn't know and I wanted a job with the city and I wanted to advance, I went back and got my master's degree in 2021. I graduated from Claremont Graduate University in arts management to fill in the gaps, and then on the job, knowing that that knowledge is within me and knowing that I'm also doing what I need to advance myself. I'm a big proponent of continuing education. And I mean, everyone was half my age in that class, but it helped support the work that I'm doing now and has helped tremendously with arts management and what that means, right? In the place that I am now standing in my life. And
Awesome.
so, yeah, so I just wanted to say that it helps to keep learning, to keep growing, to flow with the water, be like the water and flow to where you to be, because you'll find your purpose. I would have never, as I said, thought that I would be standing in this place, but I am here with honor, with purpose, serving in my community, loving my community, as well as working on behalf of the city of Los Angeles. It's been the honor of my life and a surprise welcome. So,
Awesome.
yeah,
So I have an offer before we close up here today. So I teach youth, young people, and this year we're actually at the age of, we got some 10-year-olds, I think, this year. So from 10 to 18, every summer I do a 3-week cohort on teaching kids how to be entrepreneurs. And they come in with all kinds of ideas. And so we extend an opportunity out to our community to share that our kids with the community. If they have some time that they want to spend, we have you can come in and speak to the kids, or you can, we have a competition on July 10th, and we will need judges to judge the kids as they pitch their business ideas. And they will, the first, second, and third is $750, $500, and $350. And you can also work with the kids the week leading up to the competition, and be able to help them refine their concepts and their ideas. So if anyone is interested, I'm going to put the link, the flyer in the chat. You can sign up there as a volunteer. And the kids this is through the Los Angeles Urban League. And it is, Robin can tell you, Robin has been coaching with us and it is such a rewarding experience. It's incredibly rewarding for me, because I help these kids come up with an idea, and then I see the idea actually materialize, and they're pitching that out. It's just incredible. And we've been doing this for 17 years. And would love, and these young people, some of them are ready for college, some of them are still in middle school, but this is what they need to see, the Black excellence in our community, of everyone that's doing what they're doing, and that there is so much potential and hope for them out there, that we would love to have anyone that would be interested. So I put the flyer in the chat. If you're interested, just hit that QR code, and it'll take you over to the sign up. It's based upon your schedule, whatever time you have. But we're right over here in the community. We're at Alliance O.T. O'Donnell School, which is right on Fifth Avenue off of 54th. And so they've given us an opportunity to host our classes over there this summer. And so we're there from June 22nd to July 10th, which is the final day. And the competition and the culmination of these kids. So, and we're excited. We have kids that are actually come back that have been in our program. They're now young adults, living their own lives. 2 of them are like 27 years old, and they were in our programs when they were kids. And now they're working with us as interns, and helping and teacher. One is actually going to be teaching with us this summer. So really excited about this program. Miss Yvonne, you are awesome.
We want to thank you. Yvonne was kind of apprehensive. She said, "I'm not ready." I'm like, "No, you're ready. You're ready. You're a theater person. You're an actor. So we want to thank you for joining us today. We're going to deem you our theater cultural correspondent. We will do that, and we're bringing Yvette in on this too, so we get the twins. Okay. And then we also have our Diane here, who's been doing this in the community and serving the community when nobody came up with the idea, and she created this jazz festival. So again, I just want to thank you guys for being a part of the Community Briefing family. I want to thank our usual suspects who are always here. And then I want to just share my shirt today.
I miss Obama. With a big old cry, baby.
Looks like Lucy screaming.
Yeah,
I miss Obama. Yes.
I miss Obama. I bought 3 of them. I got 3 different colors.
I heard somebody the other day say, this was a Caucasian white person. They're like, "Oh my God, where is Obama? Oh my God, why can't we? If we gonna be hiring somebody for indefinite, let it be him."
Well, let me just let me just say this too, that, when I went to the preview for the library last week before last on the 27th, they strategically have Kleenex boxes in the library because people are breaking all
Yeah.
the way down, not just breaking
Wow.
down. They're breaking all the way down. Got to go sit down and get themselves together breaking down because the spirit is there, Yvonne, like you
Oh.
mentioned earlier. When you're in these places and these spaces that are special like that, it's amazing. And it's just amazing. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
And
you
they
for your
also,
vision.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
yes, thank
Thank
you
you,
for your
guys.
work,
Thank
all
you. It's
your
been an
work and
honor to
your
be here, and
commitment.
happy Juneteenth.
Yes.
Yes.
Happy Juneteenth.
And thank you for your commitment to our community. That is so important. And Yvette, which is actually my middle name, thank you for
Oh,
joining
thank
us.
you. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Coach.
For sure.
Yes, so
Yvonne,
pop
we're
on
so proud
anytime.
of you. We're so proud of you here in New York, Yvonne. And I had the honor of working at the Apollo Theater when it became a nonprofit. There's just
Mm.
nothing like having a theater of this quality. And we ain't mad at you for being a Broadway house. Anyway, congratulations, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Yvonne.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Love you,
Miss
babe.
Tamika, we can't wait to meet you and hear what you have to share with us. So if you would put your information in the chat,
Yeah.
then we'll make sure that Stephen gets that information and he'll I think we're now scheduling for August.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you on in August to talk about your program and how our people, how everybody here can assist you. One of the things that if we don't see anything else going on in this world right now, the groups are all aligned with their own. And I ain't mad at that. So that means we just have to align with it and build each other up. And I just had a conversation yesterday with a young woman, and she's 20, probably about 27, 28 years old. And she was just, I could see she was on the edge of tears because she sees that and her question to me was, and we've come through this, all of us that are, whatever, 60 plus. She asked me, she says, I'm really young, but have y'all ever involved? Has anything like this happened in your lifetime? I said, sweetheart, every 7 years. We didn't come through. The only thing we haven't had is this kind of crazy president. That's the only thing we have not had. We've had some crazies, but not to this level. But I told her, I said, this too shall pass.
Yes.
But hopefully what it will do is get you involved in your community. That is my advice for everyone that's struggling right now. Get involved with your community. Make a difference. Don't just be talking about it and texting about it on Facebook or what have you. Get involved. Get boots on the ground. That's how you at least see the hope. You see the hope when you're involved. But if you're just sitting on the sideline, it does sound like it is horrific and that this is the end of the world. But we all know God, this ain't the end of his world.
You Black in America,
charge.
you done been through this before.
Yeah, we done been through all of us have been through this before.
Yeah.
And so but the young people, I get it. It's scary as heck, right? And they don't really have we had the fortune of having leaders. We all grew up with my Martin Luther King, we had Obama, there's leaders. We had tons of leaders in the past. Farrakhan, all of those folks helped us get through what we were going through. And unfortunately, this ship is rolling without a rudder. And that's what I see they're missing the most. And so we have to be there for our young people. They're struggling. They really, really are struggling.
And also they need to know that the light is within them, and the light is within you, and you can carry that into darkness and be strong.
Yeah.
Principled.
Yeah. So that it's just
be that light. You can be
that light. We have to be our light. And so that's what we're all here for.
Good trouble,
especially
necessary trouble.
yeah, especially the ladies and the Black women in the community, man, we'll hold you up. That's what we've been doing for generations and generations. So we have no problem holding you up. Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
Juneteenth, everybody.
Yeah,
Happy
happy
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. It's great. My tennis program this weekend, we're celebrating Martin Luther King because his family has a campaign on 1 million service. No, yeah, 1 million service hours by the time Martin Luther King is celebrates his 100th birthday, and so our tennis program is involved in that campaign. So good things are happening here on Juneteenth Saturday. So you guys enjoy. Be safe out there. We will be back next week no, we won't. Are we going dark next week? Yes, right? Is Steven here? Yeah, I think next week and the following week, we will be going dark, guys. So we will be sending out our flyers, and we'll have the show links for the shows that are already been recorded. But we will be back on whatever what is that Thursday? The July was it July 10th? No, July 9th. We will be back July 9th. So I know you guys have missed us, and we'll miss you as well. But we need a little bit of break, and Stephen is traveling out of the country, and I will be doing biz camp, so I'll be occupied myself. So we will be back on the 9th. But anyone that's interested in coming out to talk to our kids and meet our kids, or be a judge or a coach for the competition for the cohort, we'd love to have you. So make sure you do the QR code there in the chat. And with that, guys, we're going to close out for today. We went over a little bit, but that's okay. Yvonne, it was a pleasure. And I look so forward to coming out and seeing the theater and being involved and all of that. So that's fantastic. So I'm going to shut off the recording.